My girlfriend and I have been together for over 5 years, having met during our freshman year of university and started dating soon after. She's now 23, working freelance in film, the kind you'd see in a movie theater, while I'm 24 and finishing up my master's degree. A little over a year ago, we moved in together, something we had planned for a while, but we took the leap when she could no longer live near campus. Our rent is split 80/20, with me contributing as much as I can through my research work and various side gigs. This arrangement was her idea. Unlike me, who has a tight-knit group of friends I've known for over 15 years, my girlfriend doesn't have many close friendships. She has a few acquaintances she meets up with a couple of times a year, but no one she'd call a best friend. Over time, my friends have become hers as well, and we frequently spend time together. A few months ago, she started working on an independent film, which required her to stay near the set for long hours. That's when she met Jake, a camera operator, and they quickly became good friends. I was happy for her. She rarely formed strong friendships, and I was glad she had someone to talk to outside of our shared circle. But then one night, she came home visibly upset and confessed that she might have a crush on him. She assured me that nothing had happened, but she was confused about her feelings. She decided to cut contact with him for a while, which was easy since their work on the film had wrapped up. During that time, I could tell she was restless, almost grieving the loss of her newfound friendship. A week or so later, a new version of her favorite play was opening in a local theater, but I couldn't go because of work. Since Jake shared her passion for theater, I, believing everything to be in good faith, suggested she invite him. When the film's wrap-up party came around, she attended, as is customary in the industry for networking and future job opportunities. The next day, she came home in tears, admitting that she had gotten a little drunk and kissed Jake. She said she stopped mid-kiss, realizing how wrong it was. I believe in second chances, so we spent an entire day talking things through. She seemed deeply remorseful, and I chose to forgive her. Fast forward to last week, I hosted a party at our place, and among the guests was Jake. It was awkward. My best friend, who knows me well, picked up on the tension and repeatedly asked if everything was okay. I wasn't sure myself. Nothing specific happened, but something felt off. My friend suggested that my girlfriend should cut ties with Jake completely, but I hesitated. I had already forgiven her once, and asking her to sever ties with him again felt like backtracking. Besides, she had been so unhappy the first time she cut him off. Now, Jake is hosting a New Year's Eve party, and my girlfriend is eager to go. She wants me to come with her, emphasizing that her priority is spending the night with me, but she would be very sad if we didn't go together. We don't have other concrete plans, though we were invited to another party. When I mentioned this, she seemed visibly disappointed about potentially missing Jake's event. Over the past few days, she has become increasingly insistent on getting an answer from me, repeatedly stressing that she doesn't want to go alone. Writing all of this down has helped me process the situation, but I'm still conflicted. I don't know what to do or what to tell her. The decision to move in together felt like the next natural step in our 5-year relationship. We met as freshmen in university, and from the moment we started dating, everything between us seemed to fall into place. She completed her degree and pursued a career in film, while I continued with my master's. Our home was built on a foundation of shared history, love, and a deep understanding of each other. Or so I thought. From the beginning, our social lives were different. I had a close-knit group of friends, many of whom I had known since childhood. She, on the other hand, had only a few acquaintances, people she saw occasionally but never considered true confidants. Over the years, my friends had become hers as well, but I knew she longed for something of her own. That's why, when she told me about Jake, a camera operator she had met on set, I was genuinely happy for her. It was rare for her to connect with someone so quickly, and I wanted to support that. But then one night, she came home, visibly distressed, and confessed that she might have feelings for him. She insisted nothing had happened, but she was struggling with emotions she couldn't quite understand. I appreciate her honesty, and when she chose to cut contact with him, I saw it as proof of her commitment to us. Still, I noticed how restless she became, like she was mourning a friendship that had barely begun. Not long after, a play she had been excited about was premiering in a local theater. I couldn't go, but knowing how much she had been struggling, I encouraged her to take Jake instead. I trusted her, believed in her, and wanted her to have something that was just hers. Then came the wrap-up party, a normal part of the film industry, meant for networking and celebrating hard work. She went as expected, but the next day, she came home in tears, confessing that she had kissed Jake. She claimed she stopped him mid-kiss, realizing immediately that it was wrong. I believed in second chances, and she seemed devastated, so we talked through it at length. She assured me that it was a mistake, that she loved me, and that she wanted to move forward together. A week later, at a party I hosted, Jake was there. She had invited him, along with others from the film crew. The atmosphere was tense. My best friend, who knows me better than anyone, kept pulling me aside to ask if I was okay. I wasn't sure. Nothing obvious had happened, yet something felt undeniably wrong. When my friend suggested that my girlfriend should cut ties with Jake completely, I hesitated. I had already forgiven her once, and I didn't want to control her. Then came the invitation to Jake's New Year's Eve party. She was eager to go, but she didn't want to go without me. She reassured me that I was her priority, that she didn't want to lose me, but she was insistent, almost desperate, for my answer. When I suggested another party instead, she looked disappointed. The more she pushed, the more uneasy I felt. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, so I kept pressing for details about what really happened between them. At first, she told me they had kissed only once. Later, she admitted they had made out. Then, after another conversation, she claimed it wasn't a full makeout session, just multiple kisses spread over different occasions. Eventually, she mentioned that there had been hugging too, only to take it back the next morning. She was drunk, she said. She didn't remember everything. But as the pieces started falling into place, I realized she had been lying to me in small increments, feeding me bits of the truth just enough to keep me from walking away. By this point, it was clear to me that if we had any hope of salvaging our relationship, she needed to cut Jake out of her life entirely. I wasn't alone in this belief. My friends, strangers online, even my own instincts told me that this was non-negotiable. But she disagreed. She believed she and Jake could remain just friends, that their relationship had moved past anything inappropriate. Then she spoke to her parents. When she came back from that conversation, she was more adamant than ever. They supported her. They thought my request was unreasonable. I was stunned. These were the same people who had always liked me, who had welcomed me into their family. How could they possibly justify what she had done? The divide between us deepened. I held my ground. So did she. Neither of us wanted to walk away from 5 years together, but I knew I couldn't stay in a relationship where I wasn't respected. Still, I didn't know how to leave. I wasn't sure how to break up with someone I had imagined spending my life with. On New Year's Eve, we went to a different party, one hosted by my friends. She was distant the entire night, glued to her phone, barely engaging with anyone. When we left, just half an hour after midnight, she stayed silent the entire ride home. The moment we walked through the door, she went straight to bed, ignoring me completely until the next evening. When she finally sat me down to talk, it wasn't to apologize. Instead, she listed things I had done wrong in our relationship, things Jake had apparently helped her see. She still refused to go no contact with him, but she insisted that she and I could work through our issues together. That was the moment I knew it was over. I told her I wouldn't be in a relationship with 3 people. I packed a small bag and left to stay with a friend. As I walked out, she sobbed on the couch and my heart broke. Over the next few days, I moved most of my belongings out. We spoke twice. She was devastated, filled with regret, even offering to cut ties with Jake after all. But it was too late. She didn't understand that the issue wasn't just Jake. It was the repeated dishonesty, the lack of respect, the way she had slowly eroded the trust between us. I know I made the right decision, and my friends and family have been incredibly supportive. But that doesn't mean it's easy. Some moments, I feel relief. Other times, I want nothing more than to go back, to pretend none of this happened. I still love her. I still catch myself calling her my girlfriend, still expect to hear her voice when my phone rings. I know the only way forward is no contact, but it's painful, and it's messy, and I miss her more than I can put into words. The hardest part is knowing that, despite everything, she seems to believe our breakup was solely due to the flaws in our relationship, not her own choices. For anyone who has been following this, thank you. If not for the advice I received, I might still be stuck in limbo, clinging to something that was already gone.